Welcome to another edition of Straight Shooting Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Dujane Bland. And today, talking about the NFL and the playoffs. We're sorry that we didn't catch up with you last week and talk about those playoff games, but boy, this is how playoff football should be played. And some great games last week, all of them basically coming down to the wire. And so the teams that won were the ones that should have won, but man, those were some really good games. Now let's look ahead to this week's playoffs. We're going to start with the Saturday game. We're going to start with the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints are 11-5, and the Seattle Seahawks 13-3. It's going to be a good game. Now, we look at last time they met in Seattle. It was not favorable for the New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees didn't play very well. The team collectively didn't play very well, and it was pretty much overwhelmed from the start by the Seahawks, that being a 34-7 throttling in that first meeting during the season. Well, here we are back again, the Saints back in Seattle, and it's going to be a very tough task, but I think the Saints are up to the task. I think they're going to put up a better performance. They'll be better prepared for what's going to happen there as far as the crowd noise, the quickness of the game. That team's really quick. They'll be more prepared there, and defensively, I think they'll be more prepared for what those guys are going to do on offense. Now, looking at the Seattle Seahawks, what can you say about them? Will Percy play? Will he not play? That's yet to be seen, but we know that this offense has the weapons, and Russell Wilson does an excellent job spreading it around to his guys. Marshawn Lynch, great running back, does an excellent job of just murdering and beating your defense into submission. I think this game will be a lot closer, though, than most people may expect. I even think the Saints have a good shot, but it's in Seattle, and boy, that's a tough place to play. When it all said and done and the dust clears, I think it's going to be a very close game, but I'm taking the Seahawks in this one. I think defensively, they're just super quick. And with that crowd noise, they have the home field advantage. They've proven that every time that it's very, very tough place to play when that 12th man is just roaring. I think Drew Brees will be more confident and make less mistakes. But in the end, I think with that 12th man and them being at home is just going to be that much of an advantage to win in a close one here. Now let's take a look at our late game on Saturday. The New England Patriots, who are 12-4, and the Indianapolis Colts, 11-5. Man, did Indy come from behind or what? I think pretty much all of us thought we had like 30 plus points and they're down by 20 or more, that game was pretty much in the bag. But Kansas City did what Kansas City was doing down the stretch in the last 5 games. Luck keeps his composure, wills his team back, and it's all T.Y., right? It was T.Y. all day, getting the win there. Now we look at this game here in Foxborough. It's going to be a tough task for them. We know that Andrew Luck is very solid mentally. They come well prepared, and they showed that in the previous game, and I expected them to do the exact same thing here. Now the only problem is they're facing Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, two individuals who with time can do what is necessary to murder your football team. Now, everyone would have thought that they would have tanked this last half of the season, losing Gronkowski. They don't have the same offensive weapons that they used to, and the beat continues to go on. Tom Brady continues to find other weapons and other receivers and getting those guys involved, and those guys have stepped up in big moments and made plays for them. Now, with these two teams, it's going to come down to defense. And Mathis has done an excellent job coming off the edge, getting a lot of pressure, and they did that a lot in the Kansas City game. Tom Brady, we know, is a lot more stationary than Alex Smith. It's going to be imperative for him to get the ball out quickly. It's going to be imperative for that football team to get the run game going to counteract the speed of the Indianapolis Colts. Now, on the Indianapolis Colts side of the ball, all they have to do is play sound football, be luck, and not turn the ball over. But I think most people saw this tape with T.Y. lighting them up deep. Gonna have to find some other guys to spread the ball around so that they can have the ability to throw deep. We know Belichick's not going to be fooled by that, and he will be prepared to have his team prepared. Now, who are we going to take here? Very, very tough call. It's hard to call this one and say that the Indianapolis Colts cannot win this football game. I think they'll be in this game all day, but I can't go against Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. If they were on the road, it'd be a different story, but they're going to be at home, and we know how well they do at home. They're very focused, and with that bye week, they've had a lot of time to have an opportunity to look at this football team, analyze it, and look at some of the film from last week. They're going to take full advantage of it. Although it may be close early, I think in the end, Tom Brady is going to be Tom Brady, and the New England Patriots will get the win and move on to the conference championship. Well, we thank you for watching the show. Again, you want to talk about the games and want to talk about the games we are talking about today, leave us some comments at the bottom of this show and we'll keep the dialogue going with you. Any questions, any offseason questions, if your team isn't playing right now, any offseason questions you have for us, shoot us an email to straightshootingst@gmail.com. And as always, subscribe to the show, guys. We appreciate it. Again, you've been watching Straight Shooting Sports Talk.